Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and shalom everyone. Thank you for this opportunity that has given to me when I will to explain our presentation with my partner, talk about criminal law design. It's arranged by us, President like it's me, and my partner is Hasanawun Iksan. We are from Faculty of Law at Hasanuddin University. So the first, we talk about the articles that are very controversial in the design of criminal law. In this presentation, we have four examples of the articles. The first is article of the draft Criminal Code and Corruption. Second, article of the draft Criminal Code on homelessness. In Bahasa, it's called pengangguran, or maybe in gelandangan. Third, article of the draft Criminal Code on abortion, and the last is article of contempt of court. So this topic, we have the opinion. In our opinion, this design of the regulation, we must have to think critical. Because what or why? Okay, let's check it out to our answer in this presentation. Okay, we move to the first topic, is article of the draft Criminal Code on corruption. What does this chapter explain? Is it in accordance with the 1945 Constitution, or it is contradictory? In fact, this design is conflicting or contradictory. In Article 603, the draft Criminal Code stipulates that perpetrators of corruption are sentenced to life or at least 2 years in prison and a maximum of 20 years. Article 604 of draft Criminal Code provides for the exact same punishment for perpetrators of abuse of power and corruption. Then Article 605 regulates that the punishment for the bribe is a minimum of 1 year in prison and a maximum of 5 years. Article 605 also threatens civil servants and state officials receiving bribes with a minimum prison term of 1 year and a maximum of 6 years. Meanwhile, Article 2 of the Anti-Corruption Act regulates that the punishment for corruption offenders is the life imprisonment or a minimum of 4 years in prison and a maximum of 20 years. Article 5 of the Anti-Corruption Law does contain penalties for givers of bribery similar to Article 605 of the KUHP bill. However, Article 6 of the Anti-Corruption Law stipulates a higher sentence for bribing judges, namely 3 until 15 years in prison. In fact, Article 12 of the Corruption Eradication Law, letter A, regulates the punishment for state officials or judges who accept bribes and live imprisonment or for until 20 years in imprisonment. So not surprisingly, we can say that this draft criminal law can spoil characters. Okay, we move to second topic in article of the draft criminal code on homelessness. In Bahasa is pengangguran or gelandangan, that didn't have a job. In fact, this design is a conflict. Why? Because the Criminal Code bill also regulates the conviction of homeless people. Article 431 threatens homeless people with a maximum fine of 1 million. ICGR Program Director Erasmus Napitupulu urged the abolition of this article because it is a colonial legacy that views homeless people as useless people due to mistake in their life. So logically, this criminal law design is very absurd. Why? Because where do homeless people get money? Where do homeless people get money? Where? We can say this rule is very easy to be applied to our regulation actually. Okay, next is article of the draft criminal code on abortion. We ask again, what does this chapter explain? Is it accordance with the 1945 Constitution or is it contradictory? In fact, this design is conflict too. Criminalization related to abortion is regulated in Article 251 and etc. For example, Article 469 provides for a maximum sentence of 4 years for women who abort their wombs. People who abort a woman with their consent can also be jailed for a maximum of 5 years. According to the contents of Article 470 on the Criminal Code Bill, this article is considered to have a potential to criminalize a rape victim who is pregnant and decided to abort her womb. The contents of this article are not in accordance with the Health Law Article 75, paragraph 2, which excludes abortion if it is a medical emergency or has a pregnancy due to rape. This article is also considered to ignore the fact the high maternal mortality rate is due to unsafe abortion, and we think this cause the mental condition of rape victims should be concerned for the state to provide legal protection as fair as possible instead of criminalizing it. Okay, the last topic in this article is article on contempt of court, and the same question again, or is it contradictory? Again and again, in fact, this design is a conflict too. Why? Because article in the draft criminal code concern contempt of court or were also criticized. Article 281 letter B provides for a fine of 10 million for those who behave disrespectfully to the judge or the trial or attack the integrity of the judge in court proceedings. But we can see in the fact it is possible that the element referred to as being disrespectful in Article 281 letter B is not clearly explained in explanation section. In addition, accusing the judge of being impartial or dishonest should be a legitimate criticism. So this is our conclusion. Laws that should be made for the purpose of the state, namely to create a justice for the people of a country. This justice is the main point on this country development. A country that can create a justice for its people is a state capable of organizing the entire state life system. Many of the articles in the draft have drawn controversy from the public. Before ratifying the new criminal code bill, the government should do an evaluation again and again, and revise this article to be able to be accepted by all Indonesian people. The law must create justice. With justice, the Indonesian state will certainly become developed country someday, without splits and various kinds of conflict, and create peace for this nation. So this is our presentation, and if you have the question, you can asking us at Instagram application. My username application in Instagram is Prestri Siwadana and my partner is Hausanawan Isan. So this is our presentation. This was our presentation. Thank you for this opportunity that has given to us, and see you next time.